live, ladies and gentlemen. What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunched Boxing News. And of course, we have to talk about the incredible, the amazing Joseph Parker, Spidey himself. Mr. Corona or not Mr. Corona? That's the question. Man, I tell you, boxing gets more weirder and weirder, doesn't it? I'll let the population of the chat load, let the list get thicker, get bigger. We got 4 on the chat. Hit that like button as you guys come in, will you? We have to talk about some very strange, uncanny things that happened last night. Everywhere from Joseph Parker's magic venom, supposedly, to Conor McGregor's snapping ankle. Ugh. Nasty, man, nasty. Of course, it's travel day, and I'm on the road again. Yes, I'm on the road again. Cisco Perez. Sup, Kurt, finally got my notification. That's awesome. I'm glad you got it. I'm glad YouTube decided to, let's do our job today. Cisco Perez, I'm glad you're here. What else do we got? D-Town Blaster coming in with that first super chat. Much love, brother. Counterpunch to you. Up goes Frazier. Blessings. Hit sight. Safe people, absolutely. Uchenna Ali. What's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Is that big? Is that big again? Or that big game? On the road again, absolutely. Khalif. Let me change this here. Because I think it's, I gotta make it a little brighter. There we go. Come on, England. Big up Kurt for supporting England. Troy Corbett. Counterpunch to you. He said, what's up till this day? Khalif is in the building. Khalif Russell. You're related to Gary Russell by any chance? One of the fastest hands in the sport of boxing. What's up, Slim? Oh, Private E. Parker been bashing Fury up in sparring. Ha ha ha. Hey, he ain't the only one. He ain't the only one. Okay? Mr. Anderson. Okay, I'm not talking about Neo. He's been beating up Fury too. Fury's been catching Hades in that squared circle. Khalif, you wish, huh? Hey, it is what it is. Anything's possible, right? The eye of truth. Kurt, if Fury was really lying about the COVID stuff, then I'm pretty sure he would have told Parker not to post that he's at a big event. You know, I mean, you got to look at it this way. Can one man really tell another man what to do? But then again, it was reported that Joseph Parker had it first. You know what I mean? Him and Andy Lee, not necessarily Tyson Fury. All of a sudden, Tyson Fury gets it, and then all these other positive tests just magically floats. Floats in and evaporates in the air. Wow. Parker didn't fail a test. Well, that's what Dan Raphael said. It was reported that way. You know what I mean? Did you guys know something that I didn't? Because I've been following it to the T. I went from, hey, it's been an outbreak in Tyson Fury's camp to, hey, no, it's not Tyson Fury himself. Hey, it's actually these. Joseph Parker, who else? Andy Lee, which is the cousin, and I believe the brother of Tyson Fury. Then, all of a sudden, it's Tyson Fury. Now it's not these other guys. Come on, man. Did Parker test positive too? On big guns. That's what was reported. And you would think that before someone would go out in public, they would like, hey, it's false. I didn't test positive. I'm okay. Because see, this is one of those things. It's not just to see if someone's lying. It's to see if everyone's okay. That's the thing. See, if someone said, hey, Kurt DeVille tested positive for coronavirus, therefore you haven't heard him. Okay, it's up to me to say yay or nay. Okay? If it's true, I'm like, hey, it's true. I'm dealing with it. You know, I'll probably go live if I'm up for it, and like, hey, I'm okay. Just want the guys that, you know, let guys know that, hey, I'm fine. But if I don't have it, okay, well then I'm going to say so. I'm going to speak on it, right? I'm not going to not say anything and then show up at an event. But even before the event, people should have been informed was or not. Just too many things that you don't. Higgins said that Parker tested negative. Okay, it's too many conflicting reports. I just want you to be real, Kurt. Isaac. Well, that's all I can be. I can't be any damn thing else. Shout out to Kurt. It's been a while since I caught you live. Fabian Cameron. Counterpunch to you, bro. Maybe Fury feels he's not ready and is trying to stall the fight. I don't know. It just seems fishy. That's all I'm saying. And I don't understand the comments though. A lot of comments like, well, you, Fury's your boy and everything. Who the fuck said Fury's my boy? Like, whoever said that? Am I against Fury? No, I'm not against him. But who said he was my boy? Why are people trying to give up? Because I say things about sensitive, very, very sensitive Deontay Wilder fans. So if I say anything contrary to me kissing his ass, that means I'm automatically by default a Fury follower. No, everyone gets counterpunched. Everyone gets credit. Everyone gets notified on what they do from day to day. If it's worth reporting, if it's worth counterpunching, therefore they will get it. Let's hit the like button. It doesn't matter who you are. That's what I don't get what people are doing and why they're doing it. His manager said he didn't fail. Well, they need to tell Don Rafael. They need to tell Michael Coppinger. Good afternoon. Rob Reeve shows live 01. Good afternoon to you. White's there waiting. He'll take that short notice in a heartbeat. Fish R 1200R. The question is, you think Wilder will want to do that after he's battled in court? Here's another question. If Wilder refuses that, at what point do you call him ducking Dillian White? Do you think it was a wise decision for him not to? El Court, Kurt, what do you think is really going on? Is it simple as COVID, or is there an ulterior motive? Brother, thank you for the super chat. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on because we have Tyson Fury. First, it wasn't Tyson Fury. Now it's all of a sudden it's Tyson Fury. The guys that's supposed to test it positive, or should I know Joseph Parker was in that? If you guys seen the video, I gave the post of the source on the video. So they don't understand, how can someone, hey, he's positive, oh no, now he's not. I mean, they're all taking the same test. Because that's what initially broke out the news for the outbreak. The people that got popped, or not popped, but tested positive, right? So if they tested positive, that's what we have. And that's the source we had. It wasn't even Tyson Fury that, oh, hey, yeah, you know what? Tyson Fury has it now. He's tested. Oh, then all of a sudden he wasn't feeling too good. I don't like that at all. You know, I don't like that. Because either way, you can say, well, Tyson Fury maybe didn't want to say nothing because he didn't want people to think he was making excuses. Well, it don't matter if he is or isn't, because it's still looking like it's an excuse. So you're going to lose either way. You know. Kurt dropped the link. Kurt dropped the link for what? ¿Cómo estás, compadre? Espero que es todo bien. Estoy bien. Poquito triste, pero estoy bien. Estoy así. Realmente. Thank you, Ross Palmer. Counterpunch to you. J Showbox, Show DX. Fury knows he cheated. Why you think it's hard to get him in the ring with somebody he destroyed? And you know something though? Here's the thing about that. That will always leave the avenue of discussion as long as Tyson Fury doesn't get his ass in the ring. That's the problem. Like comments like that will always be either entertained or at least feasible. Why? Because we have another reason why this fight hasn't happened. You know this fight's supposed to happen last year. This fight's supposed to happen. You guys remember, this is July, right? This fight's supposed to happen a year ago. And a year later, this shit's still dragging on. It's almost like this is cursed. You know what? My advice is, Deontay Wilder, fight Dillian White. Leave Tyson Fury alone. Yes, it was the juju. Yes, it was the juju. He juju. Tyson Fury juju. Quit fucking with Tyson Fury. Fight somebody else. Because what's going to happen with Tyson Fury, you dicking around with him, you don't know if you'll ever get the fight. Damn, there's ways around anything. You know what I mean? Look at it this way. Let's just entertain it for a minute. Maybe he wanted to get out of the fact of paying Deontay Wilder. Fuck fighting. Why would you want to fight him? Why don't you, instead of doing that, why don't you just, hey, I know, coronavirus. I got COVID, guys. And then the thing is, and the question I had initially when he tested positive, why didn't he get the test the same time Wilder got the test? That's the question you ask yourself too. So if you got one dose, then why didn't you get the other dose? Right? So that's one thing I thought about. Like the first thing I thought about, well, they supposed to have done it at the same time. Do it at the same time. Matter of fact, Tyson Fury's the champion. He should have done it first. You can't say he was out of the country. He was right there in Vegas. You know, I got a cousin that actually came back from Vegas with COVID. He came back with COVID. You know what I mean? Like that's that type of shit. You know, in Vegas, like I went to Vegas. What was it? Last month? What I noticed, people don't give a shit about social distancing. They don't care about masks. They don't care about none of that. You'll see a lot of fist bumps more, instead of handshakes. But other than that, everything is business as usual. People are still gambling. People are still smoking. People are still doing whatever the hell they want to do. It's, as soon as Vegas was back open, they were like, okay, we can't stop it. We can't regulate all this going on. So we're going to let things go the way they were. Now, that was the problem, I feel, to keep people from actually spreading it. Let's get those likes up. Hit that like button. Shout out, bro, in Brian Langua, is it Philippines? Counterpunch to you, Anthony. Who wants to see a third fight? Not me. Don't think anyone wants to see it. Better fights out there. Quick 2004. Yes, there's better fights out there. See, there's more fights out there. We've seen, the problem with that is we've seen it twice already. And unfortunately for the Wilder fans, Wilder got beat. Unfortunately. You know what I mean? He got beat. I'm sorry. He did. He got beat. Did it surprise me too? Yes, it surprised me too, but that doesn't stop the fact that he got beat. And so it's like, I don't know. But this is the problem though. You can't blame Wilder fans for not saying or not thinking the way they've been thinking. They've been saying, oh man, Tyson Fury's trying to get out of this. He was trying to get out of the Wilder fight since trying to negotiate with Anthony Joshua, right? They've been saying that. So you can't blame them now because some shit like this happens. Now the fight's not happening. One thing we were sure on, okay, when the fight is happening and the fight goes down, we don't have to worry about nothing else. We don't have to worry about the talk because the talking's over. Like Wilder said, hey, no more talking, right? No more talking. Let's get the fight on. I want to see bloodshed. Off with his head. Now, we won't see that. That's the bad thing. It's frustrating. It's some frustrating shit. I just wish we were more in the loop of what was really going on. Kevin Bonds, Kurt, even if Parker didn't test positive, someone in the camp did, he should be in quarantine. Thank you. Kevin Bonds, counterpunch to you. Great counterpunch. And thank you for the super chat. That makes a lot of sense because, see, here's the thing. Tests are not 100% accurate. I take them all the time for my job. But that doesn't mean since we test positive, they're going to let us run around without masks and doing whatever the hell we want to do. They don't do that. In fact, they do the opposite. They treat us as though we do have it, just in a case the tests are not 100% on point. Just in case it is a slip up. So you don't want to infect anyone else how the shit is, because they really don't know too much about this stuff. They just know it can be contracted from person to person. That's what they do know. Or some people it can be contracted, because some people nothing happens to them. Like nothing happened to me yet. So, you know, it is what it is. As far as I know. Jay Shocks DX. Wilder wants his revenge. He's not gonna stop. No, he's not. And it's, you know what's bad though? It's not healthy for Wilder to think that way. You see how Wilder was looking? Wilder didn't look right. And I don't mean he looked fucked up or nothing. He looked like he was disturbed, like possessed. Look at that Sky interview. Look how his mouth was and shit. He looked like something, like almost like a person who was going, like you made a cognitive decision to shoot somebody, to blow their brains out. He had that kind of look, and I didn't like it. And the longer this shit drags on, the worse it's going to be. So the more that prediction that I had, the more it looks like, unfortunately, looks like it will happen like that. Because once he gets in there with Tyson Fury, you don't know what will be released. Again, he didn't have anything to say, or he didn't say anything, rather, that I feel he should have said. And since that's the case, he might do something in that ring crazy. You make this man wait since when? It's July, May, July, damn that. July to July, that's a year. July to February is what? That's 4 months? So a year and 4 months? So we have 16 months, 17 August, 18 September, 19 October, right? That's damn near 2 years. A lot of animosity been pent up. A lot of animosity. Oh, Fury claimed he had an adverse reaction to the first dose and refused to get the second shot. And here's the other thing, okay? This is on Fury's end. This shit, and I mean this shit, I mean the vaccine, it affects people differently. Okay, I had a biggest argument with a family member, and it was almost like talking about Republicans and Democrats when it comes to this shit. I'm like, hey, not everyone's the same. People are, you know, they had to stop it in England, in the UK or parts of Europe, as you guys know, that a certain part, it was messing up platelets and shit like that. So if that's the reason he didn't take it, can you blame him based on what happened to other people already? Now, if he was the only one that this shit happened to, or if he had some type of reaction, like a good friend of mine, he took the first dose, he got weak. The second dose damn near killed him. This dude had to go to the hospital because of the second dose. And this is not what I'm saying. This is what happened to him. I didn't take the shit because I'm not sick. I do enough tests, I take the test. This shit ain't like AIDS, people. It's either gonna kill you or it don't, but it ain't gonna stay with you until you die or it'll eventually kill you, you know? But the people that's taking the vaccine, I understand why they're taking it. I'm not even saying that, but for someone like Tyson Fury, if he said that and he had some type of allergic reaction or whatnot, here's a problem with that. For one, why didn't we know about that? I didn't even know he took a vaccine. See, again, you have to give people or put people in the loop on what's going on with the WBC heavyweight champion of the world. You know, now maybe he didn't want to say something because he didn't want to scare other people. Well, people have the right to know, because there's a lot of people that are against taking the vaccine. You know, now, if you have any reasons why you shouldn't take the vaccine, you have to have all the facts or all the examples of other people that had effects of it, because that could possibly sway your decision for getting the shit or not. That may scare you. You know, you might not believe it at all, but either way, at least you know. So I didn't even know Tyson Fury had some type of reaction to it. But not saying it can't happen. That's the problem. The only thing is, I didn't hear about the shit, so why didn't we hear about the WBC heavyweight champion of the world catching something or having an allergic reaction? I'm allergic to henna. That's the only thing that I'm probably allergic to, henna. It's like the ink and shit you put things. I'm allergic to that. If you put that shit on my body, I'll swell up. I remember years ago I was in Brazil, right? I was in Brazil, and I got a Libra tattoo right here, a henna tattoo, you know, and I was like, okay, why not? You know, it's henna, it's gonna come off, whatever. That shit, with the sun burning down on it, because I was on the beach, and it fucking swole out. It looked like somebody branded that on me. And then I know, okay, dude, that's henna. You can't fuck with henna, you know. And a lot of people like to use filler and things like that for your beard. A dude did that to my beard and broke out. It's henna. But I know what's allergic to me or not. So if a shot is allergic to someone, whatever is in it, they have a right to know. People have a right to know whatever they put in their body, especially boxers. Okay, guys, sorry about that. My phone overheated due to the windshield, but I am back. In October, British fans will travel over. Wilder has no fans in the U.S. You'll never know. Simon H, 99.99 survival rate. Okay, that's a good rate. That's a good rate to have. I'll promote Joe Joyce. Kurt, my G, just come on. Counterpunch to you guys. I am back. Yeah, it got hot. It got hot, so, you know, I know how that works. All the apps cool down. I'm using my phone. I was using my my third arm, I call it, right? Little Jotty third arm. Kurt, what car do you drive? I drive a BMW. Simon H, they never sold out the first or second and can't sell out the third, Brits or not. Cheeky Chops, they did a lot though. They said they broke a record for the Vegas, so, I mean, the gate. So, I mean, obviously some people bought that fight. So you got to give them that much. Fury is really a clown. COVID, my arse. I really want to take over France. I need the Brits' help, though. Okay. Maybe Fury got asked to throw the fight so they can have the Fury versus Wilder 4. Well, I mean, if that's the case, though, right? If that's the case, he wouldn't have said that. He would have just got in the ring and got beat the fuck up if he was going to throw a fight. But I don't see Tyson Fury throwing any fight. I think Tyson Fury is kind of like Mayweather. Like, Mayweather did the same shit. Like Floyd did the same thing with Oscar De La Hoya than Tyson Fury did with Vladimir Klitschko. It was the same exact thing. He retired from the sport to avoid a contractual agreement. He couldn't do that this time because a bigger job or a bigger fight was in the midst. Michael Poe coming in with that super chat. Sales and pay-per-view, Fury is a liar in a lot of things, but he's doing Aram bidding call, T-Mobile reasons, easy peasy. I already found out that the sales are terrible. Wow. See, I want to know more about that. Appreciate the super chat, bro. I want to know more about the actual sales. What's being sold, what's not being sold, because what's being reported ain't being sold. Now, you know that. So a lot of times, hey, reports are 350,000 pay-per-view buys. That really means about 275. Oh, it's 200,000 pay-per-view buys. That really means about 150, 175. They're giving you a ballpark figure based on what the narrative they're trying to spill and turn. Say boxing is fake, Kurt. Michael Poe, no! But I wonder, though, you got to ask yourself, though. Tyson Fury went flopping Tom Schwartz, ticket sales. Flopping Otto Vailene, ticket sales. Then the second Wilder fight, he smashes Wilder up. We know that. The fight, the gate's supposed to have been so high. But then, what would sell the third fight, really? What would sell the third fight? JSHXDX, just to support cheating Gypsy Queen, 0 defenses. And that's another thing. Appreciate the super chat. When is Tyson Fury going to defend something that makes it look bad? Because people at the end of the day can always say, hey, Tyson Fury to this day has not defended a title. And that's true. And that's what makes it frustrating. Cisco Perez coming in with that 20. Kurt, I'm a little tipsy already. Can you do a bomb squad for me? Bomb squad! You know the chick? That's for you, Cisco Perez. They have done nothing to promote the fight. I know Wilder ain't. Wilder said he wouldn't. He said, I know. Let him do that shit by himself. And I'm like, huh? Hey. But then again, he says he's done all his talking in court. Have it in the UK. That would sell it. Yeah, it would. Ooh, Wembley would do really well. And then the fighter fights AJ. And you know what, though? If Tyson Fury, though, was real clever, if he knew anything about AJ, if you know, AJ's the kind of dude he wants undisputed. Mandatories are mandatories, but undisputed is like a thing that he hasn't got. And I think if Tyson Fury really did want it in the UK and it go to Wembley, they could always call out the winner takes Joshua. Or the winner takes the belts from Joshua, because whoever, based on how Tyson Fury sees things, whoever wins is going to beat Anthony Joshua easy. So whoever wins takes his crowns. So the real fight is between Tyson Fury and Wilder. That's what Tyson Fury should be preaching. They will never fight AJ. Yeah. Something will happen. I mean, something always does, right? Cisco Perez, what you drinking on? No. I'm back. Yeah, I'm back in Black Mamba now. I'm back. I'm back in Black Mamba, headed to Austin. So I'm headed in for a couple days, and I got to head back out because I got to do some stuff. But I'm headed back in, definitely. No, the tit's gone. I got rid of the tit. And then, you know, Geico, they pulled some slick stuff. They stopped paying for the tit. So Enterprise called me and was like, hey, Geico stopped paying for your kit. I'm like, really? He said, yeah, you owe us $9. All right. White will take the belt off of Fury. I mean, if he'll fight Fury. But I think that's a good idea with Dillian White, what he's doing and what he's trying to do. He's trying to make the WBC do the right thing, since he is basically vice president, because that's all interim champion is, a vice president. That means when that champion can't, because basically it's almost like a regular title, right? It's like the WBA. All right, let's try this. I think it's cool down a little bit. Hey Kurt, I just got here. What's up? Oh man, it's Joseph Parker. Joseph Spidey Parker is just chilling. His whole group of people, his whole team, or an outbreak in his team has tested positive. Meanwhile, Joseph Parker's chilling. He's chilling, showing that gap. He's showing that gap. And look, enjoying Conor McGregor. He's an honorary gypsy now, so, he's representing. I get it, right? But Parker, right, I'm explaining, right. Parker, his team, a lot of his team tested positive, so why the hell would he be there? Why would he be there anyway? That's crazy. Let's hit that like button. I mean, why should Joseph Parker be out in the public when he could or could not have COVID? He could be spreading it. And that's how everything goes back, because people start catching it, from popcorn. You may have a guy sneezing on some popcorn, somebody cleaning it up. They get it. They get it to 3 other people. It's crazy. Fury at Conor's fight, because I'm sure he was. I don't think, look, if we seen Fury there, we know y'all full of shit. Now, Joseph Parker is debatable because people are saying he didn't test positive. I was just told he was. It reported that he was positive for COVID-19. Now all of a sudden you're chilling and hanging out with the rest of everybody else. Swole ass JJS LAP. At what point do we acknowledge Fury is proven liar and cheater? Duck every title offense he ever had. Appreciate the super chat. At this point, people that doubt him, this is just another avenue to doubt him. Tyson Fury needs to start doing something. He needs to start doing something that shows people or shuts people up. That's what he's going to have to do, because until the end, it's true. You can't say the man's lying. He has never defended a title, ever. Never. He has never done that. You don't think this is a payback for getting forced to fight Wilder? Mixed Pro. Look, I'm open to suggestions, and that is a pretty good theory. Tyson Fury could say, you know what? Fuck Wilder. I'm not going to pay Wilder. I know how to get out of this fight. Oh, I'm tested positive. But you wonder if that was the case, did someone actually test positive in his camp? Or was that all orchestrated? That's what you ask yourself first off. Because if it was all orchestrated from the go, that means, hey, all right, my brother's going to catch it, then cousin's going to catch it, Andy, and then I'm going to catch it, and Joseph's going to catch it. But wait, no, Joseph ain't. I don't know, man. The truth will come out eventually. May or may not be. So, yes, just jabs if necessary. Kids are faking positive tests with vitamin C. Have here in the UK, schools shutting down. Well, just think about it, man. Like I said yesterday, If you had a reason to not do anything that you really didn't want to do, you have the perfect alibi, the perfect excuse. The glorified reason of the time: coronavirus, COVID-19. Let's hit that like button. Tony Lyons, Counterpunch to you. Let's smash that like button. Yeah, he can fight, but he has a mandatory to deal with. Now, see, that's the problem, though. That sucks, though. You got to look at a fight that was going to happen, and it was going to happen with AJ, Tyson Fury. Everything was all lined up to be delivered. Depends on who the winner is. It went from 2 fights to 1 fight. Now it's Wilder. Wilder gets his opportunity, and he gets shitted on too. So it may be a payback, because nobody gets paid. Think about it. Nobody gets paid if they don't fight. So Tyson Fury might be, he might be to the point like, you know what? I'm not giving Deontay Wilder shit because I'm not fighting him. That would be a shitty way of doing that. How's a judge going to tell a sick man to fight? That's the question you ask yourself. Well, Fury is nothing like Floyd. Floyd got mad title defenses. Yes, Floyd got mad title defenses. But when it came to fighting a fight where he won split decision, he didn't fight that guy. Why do you think De La Hoya's so mad? He's so angry. Did you guys see Oscar De La Hoya on Hot Boxing with Mike? It was like therapy. It's like, I'm so fucking angry all the time. I just got bottled up anger, I'm just fucking mad all the time. Mike, yeah, this happens, you've done a good job with yourself, you just done a good job. Just fucking angry all the time, Mike? I lately took shrooms. I'm like, oh God. De La Hoya, you do not want to start hanging out with Mike. Or maybe you do. Maybe that's a good thing for Oscar, to hang out with Mike. Michael had you fucked up. Mike, I'm so fucking high. I'm high as fuck. I know this shit's a bomb. This shit's like gas. I buy this shit. I grow this shit. It'll keep you away from the coke. I used to do so much fucking coke. I was like, fuck that shit. That shit's from state. Try this shit. This shit from heaven. You're not mad anymore. No, I'm not mad. I'm not mad, Mike. Oscar Fishnets versus Canelo's beef. Oh God, cut it out. That's not right. Yeah, Mike Tyson voice. Yeah, he had him on there. Mike gives those guys hope though. He's like the big brother of all the boxers that went through shit. He wear fishnets. You can't erase that off the internet. The internet is undefeated like me, because we both undefeated. And we both see you in fishnets. Terrible, man. Terrible. So is this traffic on Sunday. What the hell is this about? Yeah, you're getting really good at these impressions. Man, look, you hear these guys all the time. I can't help but to get better. But Mike, De La Hoya, I never seen him cuss as much. It's like when he got on Mike Tyson, like, oh, I love to be here. I love to say fuck. Oh, that makes me feel so fucking good. You could tell Oscar was high too. He was high on something. His eyes were red and shit. Mike's always red. Mike don't give a shit. Mike was smoking up one then. Like, well, what was the fight that did it for you? What was the fight that really made you think that you were there? You made it in the fight. And De La Hoya was like, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe Julio Cesar Chavez. Maybe the Chavez fight. I really don't know. But yeah, man, it was a good though. I watched damn near the whole thing. You see some. you know, and then it was like, Oscar said he was. Now that's, look, you gotta be one hell of a show, and that's liberty, right? When you can come on somewhere knowing you have a reputation of doing drugs that you're trying to patch and cover the fuck up, then you got a show like Mike Tyson, and then Mike Tyson's more like, you know, it's be who you are really, not that person, you know. So he got Oscar. You know, I recently took shrooms. You know, I took shrooms and I went down to the ocean and I kept going all the way down. I didn't see my mother, and she was just like, "It's okay." And then I shot up. You know, Mike was just like, "Yeah, shit'll do it to you. Fuck you up. It'll make you see shit you need to see." That shit's crazy, man. Kurt, what do you think about New Media Boxing Today channel? New Media Boxing. Wait, New Media Today U.S. Boxing channel. I don't really watch it enough to know, really. I'll check it out though. I think I've seen some. Who runs it? Sweet Caroline. Yeah, I said Sweet Caroline when I took the shrooms. Caroline was sexy as a motherfucker. I told you, Kurt, that report you had on Parker was false. They're reports, baby. You know what I mean? Now, if they're coming from Dan Raphael, or if they're coming from Michael Benson, what are you going to say? They're liars? But I'll tell you this, Arlette. The good thing about reports is I just reported. I'm just the messenger. So if someone gave me the message and the message is false, that's what it is. You know. Damn, somebody got in another wreck. This traffic's crazy. But you got to use common sense. Parker don't fight for PC. What's PC? It's just a channel that focuses on LDBC and race. Okay, well, focusing on LDBC. Is it an LDBC channel? Oh, PBC. No, he doesn't fight for PBC. No, he don't. Sky Sports, the best UK media. Sorry, Kurt, got to go. England about to beat Italy. Burger Planet, good luck to you guys in the UK. Like old Tyson Fury, we're bringing it home, baby! You know what, Tyson Fury might have just said, fuck that fight, and wanted to focus on England. He might have said, you know what, I'm not going to fight fucking Deontay Wilder. I'm going to support my country! Fury got that cap 19. No, he just goes against the LDBC. Okay. Well, LDBC, they have some people that target them a lot. Like YB. So he's more like YB then? Is that safe to say? Because I mean that could be the case. He's more like YB. Because YB, I mean, you call your name YB LDBC Slayer. So yeah, you know, so New Media USA is more like that channel, but it's a USA channel. Okay, is manned by Malachi Williams. I know Malachi, so that's that channel. Okay. Yeah, he's hilarious. Arlette, yeah. Wow, wow. Those guys trip me out. I think Wilder is a bad boy. Got class, man. Avatar Dillion. See, Deontay Wilder has fans. It's just Wilder's fans, like those diehard fans or whatever, they become a little obnoxious and, in fact, dangerous, honestly. When you start wishing people died in car fires and shit like that, and death threats to people. And, that reminds me though. Back in the day, I don't know if you guys remember, but Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. actually had a pretty big fan following. Wilder fans are as smart as he is. Yeah, I think Wilder, obsessive. Yeah, that's it, obsessive. But when right before Sergio Martinez fought him, they vandalized that guy's house. When the place he was staying at, they vandalized Sergio's house, man. They found out where he was living, staying, training, and they jacked his stuff up. Fans of Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. Pacquiao fans they're worse. The Pac-Man fans, oh my God, man, they're the first ones to get all racial. I'm like, wow, dude, are you guys serious? But but with Manny, he ain't like, I love everybody. I love all the people, all over the world. Imagine all the people living for today. Fury fans are racial too. Yeah, that's true. I've seen it. Muhammad Ali threatened Frazier with a gun. Manila, I think. Wow. Wilder fans are racial as hell. Well, yeah, I think a lot of them are. But the point is, the fans have you looking at the fighter different. No way, the Flomos and Wildettes are the most toxic I've seen in the sport. The Flomos were terrible. The Flomos and the Wildettes, but do you understand? They're one and the same. Looking at Floyd fans and Wilder fans, though, they were the same people. A lot of those same channels that follow Floyd are the same ones that are obsessed with Wilder. Now just imagine this though. Use your imaginations. What if Floyd would have got beat like that? You think you would have had the same type of response? You think that would have been the case? They love the fighters. All these fanboys love the fighters more than the sport. Well, that's true. They're not giving a shit about the sport itself. They don't care about that. That's why people don't care about Undisputed. If you only care about certain people, you would rather like for Tyson Fury bona fide fans, you wouldn't want him to fight AJ, honestly, because if AJ ever beat him, they would crush him. Pacroy fans became Triple G fans. Bruce Leroy, the real McCoy. Yeah, I would buy that. Yeah, a lot of people did. When they left Manny, they jumped on Triple G. They jumped on that bandwagon. Yeah, Jose Flores, that was Sonny Liston. He pulled a gun out on Muhammad Ali. It was a blank gun though. He shot it at him because Muhammad Ali came to him at a casino. He came there talking shit, and Sonny Liston had a blank gun. Who carries a gun full of blanks around though? That's what tripped me out. So it scared the shit out of Muhammad Ali. It was the funniest shit ever because he went and he went and that gun went off. Man, they hauled ass out of there. Muhammad Ali must have been eccentric and crazy, but he wasn't a fool. When that gun went off, he was gone. Tyson Fury needs to finish the tarmac on my drive. Wilder fans turned on Floyd when Floyd said Fury won the first fight. Some of them. Because they're for the person that's actively fighting. So that's going to overrun, with the fanboy scriptures. See, the fanboy scripture states that whoever the guy that you're currently fanning over, it doesn't matter if you were once a fan of someone that doesn't fight or not, you're not going to go against the active fighter. So I get what you're saying. And a lot of people said that. Hey, if need be, we're going to throw race in there too. Yeah, oh, yes, we will. We will throw it in there. Oh, yeah, he bolted Jose. He carried his ass. He jumped back on that bus Because he came with a group of people. You know, a lot of people used to use buses and stuff to get around. You know, love your video on Tank versus Hearn. Give me a happy birthday shout out. Give me Truth Alive. Brittany Divine, happy birthday from Kurt DeVille and Counterpunch Boxing News. And you are how many days young today? That's your business. Happy birthday, everybody. Brittany Divine, this is your day. July is the time for you, dear. I hope you have a good one. I hope you get drunk. I hope you have a great time. Go out, eat a big, fat, juicy steak, lobster. You know what I mean? Do it all. Young Target. Wilder won the first fight. It was a draw, Young Target. New media, U.S. boxing channel talks against race baiting and LDBC bias reporting. Okay? It's good. Happy birthday, Brittany. Yeah, give Brittany some love, man. So this is the 11th. If you're of age, that is. I know, right? Oh, crab legs. I love crab legs. They kick lobster, shrimp, all of that in their ass. I love crab legs. I love king crab. In fact, I'm going to eat that today. Papados is coming my way. I'm going to Papados. If you guys haven't heard of Papados, when you guys come over from the UK, go to Papados. It's in Austin, Dallas, Georgia, Houston, I believe. I don't know where else. I love pink tacos. Shrimp is king. No, I like crab legs better. Crab legs are better. They just have a better taste. Papa John's. Papa John's. I love Papa John's. Do you think Wilder is playing everyone with the excuse to get people to hate him or love him? Maybe this is Wilder's Floyd's way to get massive paydays. No. You know, but I don't know. Tyson Fury, man, you know, he'll do some stuff and it'll all... Tyson Fury reminds me of the House of Boxing. You guys remember House? Where you have my boy, he always does some unorthodox shit, but at the end of the day, it comes out. The thing that he did so jacked up ends up in his favor. You know what I mean? That's one of those things I think of when I think of Tyson Fury. Because you never know what he's really thinking. Yeah, that was dumb of Parker, though. It wasn't very smart because they should be under him like a magnifying glass. Because, you know, hey, you're in that camp. Like, even if someone's looking, like, why would you even want to be there? Do you think Undisputed will ever happen? Yes, Undisputed will happen if you don't have Tyson Fury or Deontay Wilder around anymore. That's when Undisputed will happen. To answer everyone's question, that's how I feel about Undisputed. Because that shit's going to have to be for the people or the person that really wants it. That's if the people or the person that really wants it is better than the people that have the belt at the time. If you, like, in real life, if you knock someone down twice, you won. Well, this is not real life. This is boxing. Okay? So, this is not a street fight. He must be an American, Kurt. Yes. Fury about to retire for the second time. That's one way to get out of that fight. You know, and Tyson Fury, you know, he's still younger. You know, and that would really be shitty for Wilder. Why? Because Wilder will be 36 years old. Tyson Fury can retire, stay out for I don't know how long, write another book, chill out. But if he retires, he has to drop that WBC belt, now doesn't he? Excuse me. And at that case, I think at the end of the day, somebody would have to fight for it. But the question, don't be surprised if Wilder don't. If Wilder wants to fight Fury, I don't even think he really cares about the WBC belt. You haven't really heard him talk about it. You know what I mean? You heard Malik Scott talk about getting the belt back, but not really him. You know what I mean? So I don't. If Tyson Fury retires, maybe Deontay Wilder retires too. Fury is not needed in the division. I had enough of his toxicness. Well, I mean, it's been a toxic situation, definitely. That's what happens when you have two people that, sad, man, sad. Ruiz will destroy White. I don't know about that shit now. Not after seeing Ruiz his last fight against Arreola. No. You know what I mean? And I mean, look, White and Ruiz. Okay, here's the thing. I know we got these big fights, right? But I say fuck off. Fuck them. Fuck those fights. Because it's clogging everything up. So we're sitting around to watch 1 or 2 fights based on those 1 or 2 fights. Do you know what happened to boxing at the look, that was like 5 fights that could have happened in the sport. Efe Ajagba versus Frank Sanchez was a fight that I really wanted to see more than Fury Wilder. Fury Wilder was just political. It was a bunch of bullshit, a bunch of accusations, a bunch of blaming on who won this and who won that, accusing of cheating and all that. That's just a bunch of bullshit. But Ajagba, Sanchez, that would have been a reckoning fight. That shows where these fighters are going to be the next 3 to 4 years. Not 2 old fucking guys that are damn near 40. Tyson Fury's what, 33? Deontay Wilder's 35. These guys they've been fighting since when? They fought last year early. They fought later the year before that. Like, I'm tired of it. Now it's getting to the point like, yo, I'm sick of these fucking guys. I'm tired of them. You know, and I was kind of surprised and happy, okay, maybe the build-up would be worth, you know, the anticipation for the fight. There's no build-up. Wilder didn't say shit. He turned into that fucking frog from WB. You remember that frog from WB? WB! He turned into that motherfucker. Ribbit. Wilder, what do you gotta say? Ribbit. What the fuck? Right? Fury looks 45. Yo, he does. You know who Fury looks like? Fury looks like Kratos. That's what he looks like. I mean, an old Kratos. Not that young-ass Kratos that happened back in 05. Oh, Fury's 32. Okay. He still looks 45. He looks old. Fury looks old. Like, damn, Fury, what are you really doing? You know who's looking bad, and no disrespect to him? Like, they're looking like very aged? The Rock. And I know The Rock is like 49, right? But dude, he's looking like 60. Just talk about how as soon as Tyson Fury pulled out of the fight, Eddie Hearn threw Dillian White in front of Wilder, AJ Fan again. No. Daryl. AJ got a fight. AJ was right to take that fight. AJ should have fought Usyk already. There shouldn't have been any Usyk or Joe Joyce negotiation. That was just a throwaway fight, just because we wanted to see a bigger fight. I get that, but no. They shouldn't have trusted Tyson Fury. But they did at least see it out, and this is what Tyson Fury got involved in. He had to fight Deontay Wilder. So that exonerates any of the AJ said AJ was ducking and all that shit. They wanted to fight. And I'm still in Waco, and this traffic is terrible. I don't know what's going on. I don't think AJ beats Usyk. He might not. Kurt, do you think? What do you think of Punch Drunk Boxing Channel? Very intense, very aggressive, very intense, very aggressive channel. You know, he comes with some high octane opinions. You know, am the oldest person on here. Okay, Linda. Are you sure? It's 139 people here. Damn, this is crazy. Alright, yeah, this is... I'm not standing this shit. I'm getting off of here. Somebody will let me off. You're gonna let me off, good. Yeah, I'm getting off of this shit here. Because there's no way I'm sitting in that traffic like that. Nope. Yeah, that traffic's just dumb. Joe Strummer, I'm only 12. Joe Strummer, Wizards, I still support Fury. Hey, there you go. I just didn't care for the fight being pushed back that long. You know, it should have happened in August. But then again, you had two fights, one happening in August, the other one happened in September. It's a pain in the ass, I know, but it is what it is. You know, and it made sense. They're not going to go up against AJ and Usyk. You know what I mean? And that shows you who's the star power in that shit. And they're not going to go up against Pacquiao or fucking Errol Spence because nobody knows the earning potential that they have. So they're not going to compete with themselves. They're not going to do that. At all. So let's see if this actually helps. It looks like the traffic's getting a little better. At least it's going. Jamal versus Kurt in Mortal Kombat 9. I'll give it to Jamal. Kurt got a good channel, honestly. Young Target, appreciate you, man. I think the problem is a lot of people expect or assume that, oh, you're supposed to take up with Tyson Fury due to what, based on what? I just want the fucking guys to fight. Because that's one step forward. If those guys fight and they never fight again, job well done. Finally. Get lost. Move on. Right? When Tyson Fury catching COVID, we don't know how he is. You know, and what I don't want is Fury taking a fight, then he gets beat, then he blames it on COVID. You don't want that either. See, one's no worse than the other. Because we've already heard that. That's another excuse that somebody made for Wilder. Oh, he caught COVID-19. That was his problem. Whatever, dude. Kurt, why are people so hurt? It's just a boxing match. I don't know. Even though, oh man, see, here we go again. Now, I thought this was running. Now, I should have stayed on that service road and I would have been driving smoothly. But maybe there's a way I can get off this shit. Yeah, we don't want any excuses. Birthday girl, we don't want any excuses in the sport. You know what I mean? Because you know, like Dillian White, yeah, he knocked out Povetkin, but what was wrong with Povetkin? Povetkin just got over the fucking COVID-19. We don't know how good he really was after that. Yeah, he knocked out Dillian White, then shit, maybe the COVID-19 knocked him out. Or hurt him. So, I thought this was an exit, so obviously not. Okay, it appears to be doing better. The thing with Waco, though, besides like the, you know, the infamous stuff it's known for, it has a lot of like traffic and shit. Yeah, I'm getting off of here. I'm so sick of this shit. Shortcuts get you lost. Yeah, they do. You're right. Like, where am I? Who knows? Major Key Boxing sent me here. Mark Nash, Counterpunch to you. Yeah, I owe him a beer. Okay, let's go straight. Oh, they don't even have a light, so never mind. Eyes on the road, mate. Yeah, my eyes are on the road. No, we're talking about Joseph Parker. We're talking about Joseph Parker. Was he positive? Because shit, he was at a live event last night. No mask, no protection, no anything, no social distancing. He was with everybody else just chilling, having a damn blast without a damn mask. Bars. So, you know, Mr. Spider-Man. You know. James Jamerson, AJ is king of boxing. Well, I think AJ is the positive formation of boxing. Is he the king of boxing? We don't know. He still has to fight Fury. Yeah, I hope he fights Wilder someday, soon, before he gets fucking a bag of bones. You know, he still needs to come back to America. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's, you know, he has a lot to prove himself. But does he have the best resume? Yeah. Is he the unified champion? Yeah. Is he defending his mandatories? Yeah. So therefore he's doing what he's supposed to do as a fighter. So. Oh, Eddie Hearn said the ticket sales are down. Yeah, you know, Eddie Hearn had to give some encouraging words to Gervonta Tank Davis. Because, you know, he tried to pull that Mayweather shit. My cells are better by themselves. So they need me. I don't need them. They need me. I don't need them. Crazy. Yeah, that did cripple him a lot. Because if had that not been the case, it would have been bad. It would have been very, very bad. Yeah, this is terrible. I mean, it's like construction every fucking where here. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm not going through that shit. I am not going through that shit. I'll go 10 miles out of the way to avoid that shit because, dude, it's like 100 degrees. Mark Nash, I'm here, but 50 people match my donation. Mark Nash, appreciate it, brother. Appreciate the love. Is this? Yeah, I can go this way. There we go. All right. AJ versus Wilder is the only fight I want to see. Young target. It's a lot of it's a lot of fights out there though. Unfortunately, in boxing, you don't get what you want. This ain't UFC. You're not gonna get the shit. Sorry, you're not gonna get what you want to see a lot of the time. You can check ticket sales. Not great, and these clowns thought it was a stadium fight. I mean, yeah, I mean, That's what people get though, for making narratives that something is something, or they want people to believe something and it ain't. Tyson Fury, he's not that popular like people thought. Wilder's not that popular like people thought. He's popular in a certain demographic. But based on that, he hasn't proved, based on his following, to really grow and sell a lot. He's not Mayweather. They want him to be Mayweather. He's not. He can't be now anyway. You know, people will hurt over that shit, man. Daryl Alexander, matched and raised. Uh-oh. We got a match war with super chats. You know I ain't gonna say no to that shit. It ain't what me worried. But at the end of the day, damn, that traffic's terrible. And I'll go all the way the hell down. Just can't wait for the fight to get over with and see if we can get an undisputed fight, whoever it's between. That shit could be with Usyk and Wilder, Usyk and Fury, Joshua and Wilder. Oh, you love traffic? I don't. Y'all love traffic in somebody else's car, not my own. He said, Daryl Alexander, I like that energy. Hell yeah, I like it too, Daryl. Let's see, Wilder, Usyk. That would be some shit. You know, Wilder and Usyk, and I can see that too. I think Usyk too little. Not little, he too little. He should have stayed down there. Now he got to pay. I was gonna go to cruiserweight to knock him out anyway. Bars. I don't like Wilder. He big mouth. I think he is a clown. You know, Usyk try to practice his English every so often. Then if you notice, like when he hears people, you know, he'll be like doing this, trying to figure out what they saying and shit. Because he's probably heard the words, but he don't know the words because he haven't practiced and heard the words enough to know what the words really are. He might think he knows. I think he's... I support a lot of streamers in the boxing community. I appreciate that, man. We need support. Even in this sport. Bars. Shit. You think you're going to have a big fight, big show? And you know the sad thing about it is, it's like, I was actually having someone out there, bringing someone out to Vegas, you know, one of my guys that works for me, that does some behind the scenes stuff for me at times. He was gonna go out to Vegas, you know what I mean? And I was like seconds from booking the ticket. Tony Lyons coming in with them 14 pounds saying, mine's higher now. Counterpunch to that. Counterpunch match that. Says Tony Lyons. I'm instigating people. Wilder's twerking in a mini skirt right now. I doubt that. He's mad as shit right now, probably. Wilder probably like tossing over tables and shit. Cisco Perez, I owe 16. Hashtag cash mob. Counterpunch to that. Oh man, we got counterpunch bid wars up in this piece, in the trenches. This is my favorite channel for boxing news. Ego is second in my opinion. Keep up the good work, Kurt. Hector, counterpunch to you, brother. I'm mad at Boxing Ego, man. I'm mad at that dude. I'm mad at not what he did, I'm mad at what he tried to do. What he attempted to do. Babs! Counterpunch to you. Kurt is definitely on point. 100. Kurt was about to be out of a shitload of money. Okay, cool. Alright. I think we are past all the traffic bullshit. Ego knows what he did. He knows what he did. You know, he knows what he attempted to do, and it was all malicious. It was some malicious bullshit. It wasn't nothing that he had to do, or he felt he did something. He attempted something. You know, that was his problem. Yeah, I'm pissed at that guy. So, but you know people or whatnot, and you understand, you know, that people do things not to help you, but people do things to stop you from growing, and that's what he attempted to do. So it is what it is. Do you like barbershop conversations? Actually, I do. I don't care for all the people that go on there, but barbershop conversations is more of a mild, passive-aggressive channel. It's not, you know, I don't really see him talk a lot of stuff like he used to. Like I reported the time where, you know, Andre Ward came into him, or the run-in he had with Kenny Porter and all that. But I think because of those type of run-ins, I think he's actually learned and, you know, learned something from that situation, which that's what you're supposed to do. You live and you learn. So no, I mean, I think Barbershop Conversations is actually a pretty good channel, because he has a lot of people on. He has Bob Arum on there. You know, he got Javon Sugar Hill on there. You know what I mean? But I think he's a pretty good, decent channel until, you know, like race and shit comes up and other personal opinions of other people. But, you know, no, I don't think it's a bad channel at all. Not, you know, not by far. You know, but it's good to have people that have grown in the sport. You know, Young Target, you need some Counterpunch merch. Inbox me on Instagram. Got you. Me and Ruiz can take on South America. I bet you can. He's at the range, to be more precise. Smash that like button. Yeah, I hate the racial crap on the channel. Yeah, it's no need of that. It's no need of that. But understand something about channels like that. If you push your channel, you're pushing for a certain group, social group. Damn, I State Troop was flying. You know, your group and your audience, if you push those are the type of people that want to hear those type of things. So if you start something, hey, you got to keep it going. You know what I mean? You can't be in a church and start preaching this, and then all of a sudden you start preaching against that. People are gonna look at you and scratch your head. So, you know, you're gonna lose your audience. You're gonna be like that one movie I watched with Chiwetel Ejiofor. You guys know who that is? He played in Red Belt, played in American Gangster, played in yeah, he's a British actor with the scar on his face, right? Chained with Ice. Kurt. I met Fred. He's an Uncle Tommy in real life. Oh man, not an Uncle Tommy. Like, you mean Uncle Tommy like Uncle Tommy from Power, or Uncle Tom? You know, Kurt, I know a lot of channels listen and like you, like Ring IQ, New Media Boxing, Maestro Boxing, etc. Appreciate it, man. I like a lot of channels. I honestly don't know why, like, Ring IQ don't have like more subscribers, because the guy puts in a lot of work, you know, and it's a lot of what do you call it, artistic thought that goes behind it, and a lot of work I feel that he puts into his videos, you know. But you know, it is what it is. Counterpunch slogan is dope. Way of debunking, very witty and creative. I salute. That's the word I'm looking for, Young Target. Creative. Ring IQ has a lot of, you know, creativity. You know, whereas I'm doing more now, but I didn't have none of that shit. I didn't have no creativity. I was just talking boxing. You know what I mean? Like, sure, it's talking wise, creative with words I speak, but like media way, nah, I don't have all that shit. You know what I mean? I'm just actually investing more into that now. You know, you're personable. Yeah, I am. You know, I like to talk to people on the chat. You know what I mean? So, Punch Drunk Boxing, great content, one of the best in the business. Thank you, bro. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. But yeah, you really touched home with that, you know, with people asking you, because I was listening to you the other day, and people were just fucking with you. What are you? What are you? And all that. And then you told them, and then, you know, then I guess they wanted to put you on a shelf. You know what I mean? And that, like, what should that matter if you're talking boxing? Because there's so many channels out there that, because of what they look like, they're supposed to be preaching a certain way. So I get what you're saying, and that, you know, it was a long one too. But I heard it all, and I heard it, and I really connected with that. A lot of people ask you, well, why do you pronounce Spanish so well? Because I have Spanish roots. Next question. You know what I mean? Like, it's okay, that's like a question I asked, but it doesn't have to turn into nothing bigger than what it really supposed to be. But anyway, Ring IQ has a woman's boxing fetish. Wrong. Ring IQ is the only one that really talks about and educates you on women boxing. Because I know I don't. This is not, if I started a boxing channel 20 years ago, back when guys like Mickey Ward and Arturo Gatti and Julio Diaz used to fight, and Mia St. John and Layla Ali, if those fighters used to fight, therefore I would talk about women boxing, because boxing was alive. Christy Martin, Lucia Rijka, those type of fighters, those were one to come forth and talk about and educate and exploit and expose those fighters, you know, because they go in there and they fight too. Shit, you know, at the end of the day, they're fighters. They should be respected too. But at least someone is doing it. So he don't have a fetish. I mean, you know, I think he likes women. I like women. You know what I mean? But like, I don't call it a fetish. I call it a, boxing was bigger, the channel would be bigger. However, would have segments for women boxing in different videos. Not all the same thing, but that's just me. But at least someone's doing it though. That's the point. So to counterpunch that. Yeah, I mean editing. Yeah, I mean editing. Exactly. I was around when you had 100 subs or 1,000 subs using Wilder and AJ clickbait. But we argued all the time. Young Target. I remember those. But I mean, AJ and Wilder, that was the argument at the time. It just so happened the channel got bigger talking about it. It didn't stop me from talking about it. My channel ain't been around since AJ and Wilder. It's been around way before that. But at the end of the day, Wilder and AJ, that's one of the things that boxing failed. It's the sport that I love that I hate so much. And I hate it because those guys are supposed to fall. You see those guys' one record, like the one loss they had, they supposed to gave it to each other. Either Wilder threw one of those fucking haymakers and caught AJ and put him on his ass, or AJ caught him with a left hook uppercut, right uppercut and a left hook that put him on his ass, or something. Tyson Fury should have fought the winner out of those guys, not the other way around. That's how boxing is backwards. But all that fight and all that money and all those negotiations, all the back and forth, I mean, that's what happened. But what did happen? Nothing. They fought other people and they got beat by other people. That's what happened. So, it is what it is. Do you think IBFP and Sporting Icons? IBFP, I don't know them. Sporting Icons, I like Sporting Icons. But Sporting Icons, he's a British channel, and he'll tell you, I am British, I am biased, because I am a British channel. Nothing wrong with that. At least he's coming out and telling you, I support British fighters. I'm a British channel. No problem. British channel, right? That's national, not race. All right, that's the difference. I think people need to get that. I was threatening Kurt to unsubscribe to his channel when he had 1,000, and then I saw his channel jump up tremendously. I was jealous because you were going against Wilder. I wasn't going against Wilder. I just wanted him to take the fucking money to fight AJ that he never made in his life. That's never going to change. I don't give a shit. It's young target. You're targeting the wrong person. Your young target, you had an old target, and I was your old target. But young target, find a new target. Bars. It's never going to change. Wilder had an opportunity to make $12 million and undisputed, fighting in the UK. He didn't want none of that shit. And he was making $900,000 and shit, $500,000. That's what he was making. I mean, you can't change that. It was just business, man. It wasn't nothing personal. There was nothing personal against Wilder at all. I wanted to fight. I'm like, okay. And it was never, did I ever think that Wilder couldn't beat AJ? You never heard me say that. That's the weirdest thing about it. Well, you just talking against Wilder. Okay, what does that have to do with him hitting anybody with the right hand and knocking him out? Nothing. But seeing him fight Ortiz, I knew, hey, there's a good chance he probably could get his ass whooped by AJ. Yeah, because if AJ would have got him like that, fine. But I know with Klitschko, people say, well, Wilder would have hit AJ with that, he would have got him out of there. Probably so. Because Wilder looks for the KO. He doesn't look for strategy. Klitschko had strategy in mind. He wanted to drag AJ to the deep waters in the later rounds and then take him out, which he should have done that earlier. He drug him on and let him fucking bounce back, and he got caught with a right uppercut that changed history and retired him by changing history. Is Jacobs Charlo ever going to happen? Probably not. Jacobs, I think he's done, man. Honestly. He's had his time. He's made his money. He's made good money. He made the right business decisions. You know, Danny Jacobs is a guy that a lot of people don't talk about his political background. You know, he was advised by Al Heyman, but his promoter was Eddie Hearn. Did you guys know that? He went from 1K to 5,000 subscribers in a week, and it kept jumping. I was so mad. Do you like Boxing Ego channel? Man, I'm pissed at Boxing Ego. Pissed at no. Next question. No, I don't. Now, the strange thing was about Boxing Ego, maybe about 6-7 years ago, you know, that's when Lara fought Canelo. And I used to listen to a lot of that, you know what I mean? Because we had similar views on like Lara fighting Canelo and how Lara was beat Canelo. But just Canelo was the star. Lara wasn't the star, he was just the unavoidable fighter at the time. Very talented, but unavoidable, didn't have a country. Damn shame, you know what I mean? He said Wilder sucks, bring back Klitschko. Hey, it's up to Klitschko if he wants to come back. That's if he wants that smoke. You know? 12 million was too much, really. Wilder ain't worth that much. Well, turpentine. You can't say that now. Because they offered this motherfucker $100 million or whatever. It was way more than 50. You know, that argument, man, that argument is actually addictive and toxic. Because you get to talking about people about that shit, and they hear you, but it's only just to talk about more of the same bullshit that we did. Man, we talked about that shit in 18. It's 2021. They both got their ass whooped. Now, ain't that the fact? They both lost. You be watching the Pac Spence presser? I will. I mean, shit, at least a fight is happening, right? So yes, I will. Major Key Boxing came through to support the challenge set by Mark Nash. Counterpunched to you. Major Key Boxing coming in with that paper. Thank you, brother. Appreciate the love. Much appreciated. Boxing Ego is a weirdo. Well, He pulled some weird shit on me, or he attempted to, and I just thought that was just too much. And for that reason, I'm like Shark Tank. I was out. You know what I mean? Nah. Agreed. No chin, AJ. Shit. You know the funny thing about AJ though, he got caught in the same space that Areola caught Ruiz, and Ruiz's ass went down. I don't think he was hurt as AJ, but he went down. And I thought that was damn near nearly impossible. But it is what it is. Curtis Young, AJ sucks. Fans. AJ different right. AJ different right than Fury. You can't say Wilder 50-50 versus AJ. Fury is awkward. AJ lowballed Wilder with a flat rate. Parker got a percentage. At least give him 40%. Homeboy Todd, counterpunch to you. Let me counter real quick. Yes, he got a percentage, right? But do you know how much that percentage was? What the amount was? See, people don't care. They just want a percentage. No, that's Daryl Alexander. Yeah, Daryl. The percentage wasn't worth $12 million. It wasn't. He did get a percentage. But Joseph Parker made about $8 million. Or was it six? 6 to 8 million. Who the hell is Curtis? Curtis will be what? Kurt, will you be? Okay. Wilder was making $3 million when AJ offered 15. Yeah, he was making, no. He offered him 15 million and then he accepted 3 to fight Fury. Or was it 4? I think it was 4 million actually. You get along with Blue Blood? Sometimes. Cordial. You know, it's are we gonna agree on everything? Nah. Canelo get 30 million. Wilder's fans deep here in the States, especially the South. I mean, he should. He's from the South. Shit, he better be. But I mean, he has a way out. You know what I mean? I mean, pride is a motherfucker. And I noticed something about Wilder. Wilder has pride. See, even if he didn't feel Tyson Fury cheated, he'll never let anybody think he don't feel he honestly cheated. Or he didn't cheat, rather. Because Wilder can't, you could tell, man, he can't deal with that beat. You know, I want Wilder to just keep fighting. So I wish he would fight White. That would be good. The South. I'm from the big city, country boy. Do you Aki TV? No. I know what you meant. Do I like? No, but don't. Wilder fans are crazy. I got threatened by one of them physically. Damn, Matthew, what'd you do to one of them? You better cut that shit out. You better knock that shit off. Boys ain't playing. Kurt in looking Teofimo versus Camboso. It's not what. Well, let's see. Terms of sales worldwide. Loma with a unique set of skills translate fights as a bigger star. Example, Norton broke Ali's jaw, not the star. Wilder got more than 10,000 people. Barclays people don't know what they're talking about. You know, Barclays was a pretty lucrative place. I like Barclays. Barclays is a good venue. It's in Brooklyn. You know, the tickets won't like break your pockets. Because when I was working on Luke Cage up there, I seen the Lara Goucher fight, and everybody was there. You know, Wilder was there, Thurman, Spence. You know, it was a good fight. I mean, they had on the end of the card, they had Jamal Charlo versus they had Jermell versus what's his name? What's the kid's name? That beat the shit out of Hasan Rosario lately. I can't watch Blue Blood. He talks slower than Obama. My fellow Americans, I support Blue Blood Sports TV because he talks like me and has the ears too. Oh man. No, but Scance Ranch, you're right. Yeah, that he did sell out, because I remember that Ortiz fight. Yeah, it was up there. It would be 45 million after taxes. Eric Lubin, exactly. Jamal knocked that boy out. Knocked him out. Like, damn. Think you won a debate with Blue Blood. That debate ain't over. He just never came back, because he was supposed to come back, and we were trying to set a good time for him to come back, and I don't think he did when I was on. But understand that hardly ever happens, you know. So, because everybody lives in their own sanctuary, damn near. Everybody has their own channel. Everybody has their own platform. So it's very, you know, that hardly ever happens. So that will treat. But then again, you know, lightning strikes twice sometimes, so we'll see. Because, yeah, I do have some counters for his us. So I am ready to see Mr. Blue. A lot of my right hands for 3 rounds. Wilder fans will whoop your ass in real life, in real time. You know, the Wilder fans, I mean, they get aggressive. You got to be ready for them. You're about to lay down and die. Blue Blood is actually not bad, but his moderators are horrible. Well, I mean, that's what happens when you do have that. You do have a lot of that. D. Hodges, what's up, Counterpunch in the chat? LDBC, salute. Counterpunch to you, brother. Hope you're having a great day. I want the fade with Wilder fans. Till this day, Homeboy Todd, you know I did a video about you, so check it out if you haven't seen it already. When you're coming back to DR, Arlette, this month, and next month, and the month after that. I'm buying a property there, so I have to look after my investment. So I was a bit surprised that Teal renewed with Bob with Top Rank. He hates Bob and be tripping. I don't know, they talk that shit. And I hear that Terrence Crawford is doing the same thing. If he's doing the same thing, dude, I gotta counterpunch him so bad, because it's almost like you can't say that Errol Spence is telling a lie at that point. Because Bob Arum talked to him like some fucking property that he don't want. You know? Halftime, England's winning. I would love to see you counterpunch Blue again. Please do. We'll see. He don't want no more from me. Oh man. Young, I'll beat that ass. Oh, Bob Arum. Yeah, Bob Arum. Yeah, Bob.
I don't think Terrence Crawford is worth the money I spent on him. Son of a bitch beats everybody, but he takes all my money. I can't stand how he doesn't speak. The bastard.
What up, Kurt? Hope all is well, brother. Rock Valley Reality Rap. Counterpunched to you. Everything is good. He's about to retire Manny Pacquiao. King Mike. Let's hope so. Let's put him out of his misery. You know, because Manny, he don't really see him get beat up. You see him get knocked out. So if he knocks out Manny Pacquiao, you know what's going to happen. Floyd's going to laugh. He's going to put up memes and shit like that, like he did before, like he did with McGregor. He sleep again. It was time for him to go. It was time for him to go night-night. Just like Marquez. Just like Marquez did. Errol Spence. I knew Errol Spence was going to do it. That's why I put $2 million on Errol Spence to win. It's crazy. Do Chris Rock. I don't know how to do Chris Rock's voice. He has a weird voice. Kurt. They really play football on real sport. Who the hell is Curtis? That is not my name. I am not fucking Curtis. It's time for Manny to get it, to go, to let it go. Get out of with his brain. And yeah, let Manny go back and be a fucking figure in the Philippines. And what I've came to is, you know, I think Manny is just bored. Because like back to that Oscar De La Hoya interview with Mike, you know, he was telling people like he felt freaking lonely without boxing. Like nothing really completes him. It's the type of thing that it's the sport that they love that they hate so much because they're damned if they do and they're damned if they don't. You know they can't compete with these guys and today they'll get beat up. Why you think Floyd got in there? I'm not the same kind of fighter. I'm not the same kind of fighter. So, I make money though. I make more money than him. But he ain't gonna go in there fucking with any of those dudes. You know what I mean? Like, and Floyd's a good fighter, but I am interested to see what he can still do at his age. He just know he ain't doing that shit. You know, Floyd just knows, like, I'm not doing that. You know, I don't want to get in there and find out I can't. Does that make sense? That's Floyd. Yeah, it's Kurt. There you go. Shit, Curtis. I had my first agent. He was a drunk. He was a drunk, but he was my first agent. Talent agent. Not such thing as a talent agent, but he ran the agency. And his name was Jeffrey. And Jeffrey always called me the same fucking thing. He always called me Curtis. Hey, Curtis. He always drank wine and did coke. He'd always go to the bathroom.
Oh, wait a minute, I'm drinking my Merlot. I have to go to powder my nose.
Powder your nose, dude? Get the fuck out of here. Then he would come back, little white shit dropping all out of it.
All right, Curtis, I want you to read this monologue.
Kind of sounds like, he sounded like Richard Nixon. That's who he sounded like. He sounded like Richard Nixon, you know? And, but he always did that. It's Kurt.
All right, Curtis.
It's Kurt.
All right, Curtis. I want you to read this monologue.
You motherfucker, did you hear an is behind Kurt? You know. But yeah, that used to really grind my gears when he'd do that same shit.
Yeah, give it to Curtis.
So, do you like Showbiz the Adult? Yeah, I love Showbiz the Adult channel. I watch them all the time. Up off net. Yeah. Shit. Up off net. I see his ass. I'm gonna do that shit, scare the shit out of him. Up off net. Oh shit. He'll be out with his family. I'll catch him somewhere at the bar. He'll be at the table with his family. I'm gonna hit him with that. Yeah, it's Kurt, exactly. Joe, I appreciate it. Wine and Coke. Absolutely. Merlot. Motherfucker used to drink Merlot and Coke. And, you know, I didn't really know too much. I just knew he was the only agency in town. Well, him and another agency. And I went with him. And it was kind of a story behind it. But it was a time that, you know, you just would just learn stuff. And you read monologues and stuff. And we had a class every Monday and Tuesday. And Monday was for the people that weren't signed, and Tuesday was for the people that were signed. You know, and that motherfucker used to be lit all the time, eating cheese and crackers and shit. Cheese and crackers. And he looked like he had a, I want to say he had like a hair transplant deal, but I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure, I could be wrong. Oh shit. Sunday. Now you think of all days, Sunday would be the day you think you could just cruise into town. Yeah, breakfast of champions, I know, right? Fucking wine and Coke, cheese and crackers. Maybe I think he had some grapes too, but I don't think he had grapes. You know, he had those, like, I know he had wine and crackers though. Hair transplant. Yeah, he was, I think. He had like an American Indian last name though, so I notice you don't do a lot of videos or talk when it comes to Fury, but make videos every hour if it's about Wilder. I make videos about Tyson Fury, but you have to understand, when you're talking about Wilder, more than likely you're talking about Fury. So why would you make some about Fury when you already talked about Fury when you're talking about Wilder? That's the counterpunch to you, sir. Jared Anderson, birthday girl. Kurt and Showbiz should do a show together. I'd be the best boxing show in YT. I could be a guest on it or something if I go to Chicago in that area. If I ever book a show up there, I'm gonna reach out. Well, I'm gonna inbox him. Like, hey man, I'm in Chicago, because he actually wants a podcast, and you know those are up and close and personal, kind of like how Mike's show is. So I get the gist. You know what I mean? It would be dope. I would do it. You know, I mean, if he was down to do it, but you know, everybody has their own thing, so it is what it is. I don't think it would be bad. Black people getting hair transplants. Man, everybody gets hair transplants if they got the money. Look at Floyd. Shit, The Rock had like 2 or 3. I don't know what the fuck happened with him. Maybe his shit fell out for other reasons. But, you know, it is what it is. No, Kurt been doing a good job changing his tune about Wilder. Real talk. He sees the BS and just got UK subscribers. Young Target. I call it how I see it. That's all. But you gotta admit, Young Target, Wilder said a whole bunch of shit. But most importantly, he said a whole bunch of shit when it, like, through other people. So it wasn't me really talking about Wilder, it was me talking about the people that were saying the things that Wilder told them to say without us knowing that Wilder was actually saying them. So he was kind of like the puppet master, the person behind the scenes, telling other people to go out and spread this word. And that's what they were doing. They were doing that shit like the 12 disciples do it to Jesus, right? That's all. Kirk, why don't you start your own podcast, or do you not have the time? Really don't have the time. Well, you know what? You got to get the vicinity, and I don't have that. Maybe when I buy a house in DR, I'll probably set up a podcast there. But you know, I'll have more to work with. Easy money in football, or easier. Fury said he's doing a good job changing though. Fury says he is a Spartan, but he is never defending his title. It's always something. Well, You know the thing about Fury though, Fury's never lost. White won't beat Wilder, 100%. Don't think White would beat the top 10. Fury versus Wilder, Joshua, Usyk, Ruiz, Pulev, Joyce, Huey, Triple D, Ortiz. You know what I would like to see though? This is what I would love to see. Enoch. Good book, by the way. Enoch. Book of Enoch. I would love to see Dillian White versus Kubrat Pulev. I know, where's Triple D at? So Counterpunch, why do you have personal numbers in Fury camp? And that you claim fake news, but it was real news. Because that's what Dan Raphael said. Don't shoot the messenger. Next. Joe Joyce versus Jogger. That would be a good one. Wilder and Fury are one and the same. They keep the shit between each other. See, I was actually excited when I heard Tyson Fury say that I will never fight Wilder. Because at least that closed the show, or the idea of them seeing each other again in the ring. You know what I mean? So I'm like, okay, if you're not going to fight Wilder, shit, fight White. Fight Ruiz. Ruiz should fight Parker again. That's who he should fight. Did you see the interview with B-Hop? As he said, Wilder is too emotional in the ring. Fury doesn't. Fury really doesn't. He's more controlled, basically. No, I didn't see it, but I agree with it. Wilder's real emotional. You know, half the shit he did in the first fight was all through emotion. Wilder fought off emotion that whole fight. Leave The Rock alone, Kurt. That's my boy. Nah, man, he's my boy too. I love The Rock. He's like a big brother. Especially when it comes to, you know, doing action movies and shit like that. Inspiration. Ortiz versus Joyce. Kurt, just the messenger, bro. Just chill, homie. I agree with you, but Kurt is his own man. He got the right to have his own personal opinion. Yeah, I do. But I didn't want people to jump the gun when if the gun wasn't really there, like wasn't ready. I don't want people to jump the gun, because that's what people were already doing. But you understand, it changed. It changed from an outbreak in his camp to him having COVID. Damn, not a part-time female. All he needs is a purse. That's cold-blooded. Ortiz versus Joyce is the old versus the slow. The old and the slow. Do you have any Puerto Rican background in you? No. I respect you, Kurt, honestly, because now you see the BS. Man, look, when Tyson Fury all of a sudden signed that contract with Wilder, I knew some bullshit was up at that point. Wilder might overtrain and Fury may get weakened by COVID. Well, Fury might be overtrained like he was in the Otto Wallin fight, and Wilder might get COVID too. No, I haven't heard about the Teofimo news. What happened with Teofimo now? Did I miss something? What happened? Teofimo turned into a diva. Guys, that surprises you? You know, I mean, his dad is the only one that's really kind of like, hey, you know what? We need to fight Lomachenko again. I could have told him that. You don't fight nobody one time and run off. You don't pull a Tyson Fury on those in a situation like that. AJ versus Usyk, Wilder versus Fury, White versus Ruiz, Parker versus Chisora. Rematch is what the fans deserve. Well, the thing is, will they get it though? Earlier once proved that T.O. had COVID. Oh yeah? Well, I want proof too. Send me the paperwork. Who's your doctor? Who took the test? Why not on the next belt? I love boxing, but PBC getting on my nerves. You have to understand something about the PBC. PBC are just going to be the PBC. Private Boxing Circuit. That's what it's supposed to be. That's what the name should be. Private Boxing Circuit. Because you're not going to get in there tonight. Why do you think Canelo and Eddie are having so much time with fucking Mr. Sweet Hands over there? Because they got people that don't want him to come over to the zone. You can't pay those motherfuckers enough to come over there unless they work for themselves. Like someone like Mikey Garcia that has that mindset. Private boxing service. Private boxing cunts. Damn. Yeah, they're private, man. They don't want to fight anybody else. Look what Gervonta told Eddie Hearn today. So, but anyway, guys, man, McGregor. Dude, did you see that ankle? Oh my God. Do you think he'll ever fight again with that ankle like that? I mean, it's snapped, jacked up. That man, you can see it dangling. Curtis Young, he got money though. Yeah, rode his ankle to death. Yeah, it was jacked up. It was really nasty looking. That break was awful. He wouldn't fight again. He won't fight again. Well, luckily his ass can walk again. That's your ankle. That ain't nothing to play with. Connor's still hangry now. Ugh. That shit was terrible. Are you still in the titty mobile? Nah. I'm out of the titty mobile, man. I'm back in the Black Mamba. Dana said whenever McGregor want to come back, he can fight Dustin straight away. Yeah, I bet he can. Connor is too old now. Too many training camps, too many fights. He should retire. And he's got the money, so I think he needs that. The problem with broken bones is they heal, but they always be weakened. Well, fractured, I thought, was worse. Broken, I thought they got stronger. Especially the part where it broke. Right? He said they got Wilder under investigation. Threatening to kill Fury, but McGregor just stated he wanted to kill old boy. And that's the double standard Wilder he's talking about. Well, that's true. McGregor got an Anderson Silva injury. Ugh. That shit was so nasty. Oh my God. 2013. Ugh. Is Wilder training? Yes, Wilder is training, or he should be. I don't know if he is now. He might have stopped. Dustin is Louisiana country boy. Ain't no way, Connor. ever beats him. Uh-oh, Louisiana Country Boy, Little Island in the place to be. Grand Isle to Spring Hill. That's from the bottom of the toes to the top of the ankle. Ooh. Should Fury fight in the octagon? Nope. But yeah, it was nasty. It was a nasty break. So guys, it's been great spending 2 hours with you guys, over 2 hours. We got to do it again soon. Maybe tomorrow we'll come with another live stream around the same time. You guys be blessed, be safe, and enjoy your Sunday. Again, Miss Divine, happy birthday to you. Everybody wish Brittany Divine a happy birthday. She's another year young today. So you guys should, be thankful for another day, honestly. But hopefully one day we'll get the fights that we need to see. And until then, I'll be counterpunching, and stay tuned for some new videos that I've already done. So I'm going to post them shortly this evening. Until then, all you guys have been counterpunched. Have a great day, and I'm out. Peace!